Okay, let me introduce myself. I joined railways, but I didn't like the work over there. So I was wondering how to get out of it. But at the same time, government job is not easy to leave here. Then I found that there is one media wing in the railways. I said, this seems more interesting than the routine railway work. And between my graduation and my civil services, I had done one diploma in journalism and mass communication from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. That time there was only IIMC and Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. I don't think there was anything else in Delhi at least for mass communication. So that journalism thing helped me, and I was able to get into the mass communication wing of railway. And from there onwards, I went on doing many diplomas because diplomas was the only thing. There was no masters in mass communication in those days. I did lots of diplomas, 6, 7 of them, in PR, in advertising, in personal. I did quite a few. And I stuck on to this. So I was with the Ministry of Railways for about 10, 11 years and had very interesting experiences there. I was the leader of the railway contingent in the Republic Day Parade. I organized the one and only Railway Film Festival in India at Siri Fort. And the first exhibition train of India was also, I was part of that team, where the whole train was made into an exhibition. Then I came to Delhi Metro very reluctantly. I didn't want to join because Delhi Metro there was nothing in Delhi Metro. And the future was what? Chandni Chowk, Chowdi Bazaar. Whereas in railways, I was taking press groups from Delhi to Kanyakumari in real 5-star luxury with, a special carriage attached and special catering and, 10-day trip and all. यहाँ कहाँ चौड़ी बाजार में क्या घुमाऊंगा यार? So I was very reluctant to join this. And my media friends also told me, don't make that mistake. I don't know if any of you, Siddharth might remember, there was a gentleman called Atul Kaushish in Statesman. He said it's going to be a bed of thorns because you are going to destroy the city to build a metro. खाली negative press आएगा और कुछ नहीं होगा. So with that thing, I went to meet Dr. Sridharan. He insisted I come and meet him. I went to tell him no. But there was something about this gentleman, I don't know what, I can't describe it. But I did not say no, I joined Delhi Metro. And no regrets, because I am born and brought up in the city of Delhi. And at least Delhi Metro I've been able to contribute to the city I feel proud that we were able to provide all you children a better transport system. I'm sure all of you use the metro. हमारे टाइम में हम जब जाते थे स्कूल कॉलेज हम जाते थे डीटीसी बसेस में एसी का तो सवाल ही नहीं पैदा होता धक्के मुक्के करके हमारा वो एक पूरा लोग पूछते थे कॉलेज में आप क्या गेम खेलते हो तो मेरा गेम आंसर था डीटीसी से ट्रैवल करता हूँ तो धौलक वहाँ से आप एस्टिमेट करते थे आपका वो जो बस का ड्राइवर है वो आ रहा है वो ब्रेक कहाँ मारेगा आपको दौड़ के उसको पकड़ना है 10 आदमी आपके साथ हैं. So those were all the games that we played. So the transport system was horrible. So Delhi Metro has been very satisfying from that point of view. So this is just an introduction into myself. You all are entering into a career which is the most exciting career that is possible in life. Because I joined a technical organization. आप ये सारा film देखेंगे इसमें सारा engineering है. Civil, electrical, signaling, it's all very sophisticated engineering. I am a political science graduate basically. But I have learnt all this. So as a part of as a communication person, whichever organization you all join ultimately, even if you join as a reporter in a newspaper, you will be covering an organization or an event. You have to understand that in depth and then convert it into language which is easily understood by the common man. That is simply what we did in Delhi Metro. Everything we converted into stories. For example, there was one bridge across Yamuna and the unique thing about that particular bridge was that it was a moving bridge. वो ब्रिज एक ही जगह से बनता था और उसको खींच के हमने यमुना के क्रॉस किया. उसमें बड़ा सा हमने एक ह्यूज पोस्टर लगा दिया, वी कॉल्ड इट मूविंग ब्रिज, और 4-5 प्रेस पार्टीज वहाँ पे ले गए. फ्रंट पेज कवरेज इन टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया HD में भी आया. अदरवाइज इंजीनियरिंग काम काफ़ी होता है, बट लाइक डॉक्टर्स दे आर नॉट एबल टू कन्वे व्हाट दे वांट टू द कॉमन मैन. So your job as communicator, you are a middleman. Your job as communicators is to understand the technicalities, break it down into very simple language and then communicate. So we did that very successfully in Delhi Metro. This just was a brief introduction. Now if there are questions, I'll be happy to answer anything. It could be about personal, it could be official, anything, whatever you want.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
So, as the Principal Executive Director of the Delhi Metro, what exactly does your job entail?
My job entails anything to do with mass communication. With social media is under me. Interaction with journalists is under me. Printing we have stopped now, but earlier printing in a big way was also there. Filmmaking, photography. Then we also take visitors to the sites who have come, because initially when Delhi Metro was made, it was any foreign visitor, King Charles, Prince Charles. So I've interacted with almost all the prime ministers, presidents, so it was very interesting from that point of view also. So in this, it's a very wide gambit. Anything which you will be studying in your 3 years of college, everything was part of it.
So, basically, you handle outreach for the Delhi Metro.
What did you say?
You handle media and outreach for the Delhi Metro.
Media?
Media and outreach for the Delhi Metro.
Yeah, media was part of it.
Okay, so, you make a film every year for this.
See, we have a corporate film which is a short film. That is about 5 minutes duration. That you have to keep on updating. Then you have specific films on, say, environment. There's an international conference on environment or something, you want to project that. Then there are films like this, which are special films. These films require a lot of effort. You have to plan these films 4 to 5 years in advance that you're going to make this film. Because during the construction at each stage, you have to can the film. If you miss out at that point of time, you can't make it. Today, if I want to make what happened 5 years back, unless I have shot it 5 years before, these films have a long gestation period. It involves lot of planning, lot of research, lot of interviews. The effort involved in the background of making this film stretches over years. But we also have short ones, very short films also we have. So,
sir, good afternoon. My name is Kishle. Sir, towards the end, we heard Mr. Prime Minister, and throughout the session, we also heard about the expansion of metro to different parts of India. I just wanted to ask that the success that metro has had in Delhi, why has it been so difficult to replicate it across the cities? I recently went to Chennai, and the common consensus of the people who I talked to over there was that they don't like to travel by metro. Why do you think is that? Why is there such a prohibition to metro in certain parts of India?
You see from a commuter point of view, आपको point to point service चाहिए. आपको metro चाहिए अपने घर के आसपास से जहाँ आपको जाना है till that point. Delhi metro is almost 400 kilometers. So we are able to provide logical origin and destination. Whereas in Chennai, Bangalore, Jaipur, 1-2 लाइन बने हुए हैं. कोई कम्यूटर टैक्सी से नहीं आएगा आपका मेट्रो चढ़ने के लिए और फिर उतरेगा, फिर टैक्सी लेगा बार बार. एटलीस्ट ही विल एक्सपेक्ट के 90% आपका जो टोटल डिस्टेंस है वो तो मेट्रो से हो. सो दिस गवर्नमेंट हैव दिस मेट्रो वी केम वेरी लेट एंड इट्स वेरी एक्सपेंसिव टू बिल्ड. पैसा बहुत लगता है. यू नीड लॉट ऑफ Delhi what happened was we had very good leadership. We had a gentleman called Dr. Sridharan. He made a lot of difference. Media, I personally feel media has played a very key role. The imagination of the politicians was awakened. Imagination of the public was awakened. Once the politicians watched the media flow, 90% of the coverage, 99% of the coverage was positive. So there was a wave of metro, as a result of which the political support came. Once the political support comes, then the bureaucratic support follows. Otherwise, bureaucracy by its nature is jealous of progress. They have a system. So they don't want it. So they had no option. So the media, you all are going to be media communicators. Your role in any position is extremely crucial. And this is a clear example how it has helped an infrastructure project.
Afternoon, sir. This is Vrinda, and my question is totally based on curiosity, and it is quite technical in nature after watching the film. So, may I proceed?
Yeah, please.
Sir, there was a slight mention of UTO in the film, and since there was not much information, so I am quite curious to know that do you think that in the future, like we are moving towards phase 4 and beyond, so do you think that it can actually replace the role of human operations completely, and also like how much time would it take to completely take over the whole metro system?
Yeah, it's already there on two of our lines. Existing lines also we have UTO. The trains are not being driven by drivers. In this line close to, I think, the college is close to the outer ring road, right? So we can today run the system without humans. But we have kept a person in those two lines who is only going to be like an assistant. And gradually, as the public also gains confidence and as we also gain confidence, we can withdraw him. And in future expansion of metro is going to be all like this. It will be almost like the train अपना सुबह डिपो में lights अपने आप on हो जाएगा, like a video game. It will move out onto the system, पूरा दिन it will run, and in the night it will go back into the depot and shut off. But the whole thing is very safe. It is centrally controlled from the operational control center. We have an OCC, and as students, you're most welcome to come and see our OCC sometime. We can always show you how it is going. It's fully technical now. The role of the humans is reducing. I mean, it will be possible to run a train every 90 seconds with this technology. So, as a result of which, you will be able to carry many more passengers.
Sir, as media students, they are being taught reputation management, corporate communication, crisis management. So, any specific examples which you want to tell, as a veteran professional, which you would like to share with them?
Yes, we have, see, almost 450 people have died while constructing the metro. 450 is a huge number. So we had to very, very carefully watch because they all died in Delhi. They didn't die in the jungles where the contractors hide. यहाँ पे FIR लॉज होता है, आप छुपा नहीं सकते डेथ को. उस 450 को कंट्रोल करके मीडिया को रखना is not an easy thing. One was a very bad case in a place called Zamrudpur in South Delhi. 9 people died. हमारा एक बड़ा सा लॉन्चर दैट अपने फिल्म में देखा होगा, it collapsed. 9 people died. That was a major crisis. That is a case study by itself. I present that as a case study. Worst was not the accident. Accident happened at 5 in the morning. हमें पता नहीं था ये accident होने वाला है. Worst was next day what happened. We as a company with a very good reputation. We decided to recover our reputation was so important. Next day 11 o'clock we decided we will do the rescue operation. That is that huge launcher को हम lift करेंगे, हटाएंगे site से. Now that recovery operation was known कि इतने बजे होगा. All the TV channels have surrounded that recovery operation. While that recovery operation was going on, there were 4 cranes of 400 tons each lifting that huge launcher. One of them developed a mechanical fault. It fell on the other cranes. The entire thing fell on the media. So we created news, a huge visual we created of all this happening. So we compounded the accident. It was such a learning experience for all of us in the company and in myself. After that, unless you are blocking a public road or public utility, let the media lose interest before you go in for any such thing. Don't jump in immediately to, extract.
More questions?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Bhaskar, and my question to you is, the past 2 years we went through the COVID crisis, and everyone was told ki ghar pe baitho, ghar pe raho, don't go outside. So how did DMRC as a transportation medium encouraged everyone to come out and that traveling is safe and hygienic?
It took time like everything else. We were told customers that you come, you can travel safely. Our trains were cleaned very often. Mask was there, protocol was there, keeping minimum distance from each other was there. We publicized that on social media quite a lot. And people came back gradually.
We'll take 2 more questions.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Devangcha Trivedi. I'm an assistant professor here. So my question is with regard to the use of social media, and especially the use of Twitter. And I want to learn from you the experience of using Twitter as far as governance is concerned. Do you think Twitter has made a lot of difference as far as governance is concerned? And as far as metro services are concerned, do you think Twitter has really played an important role?
It plays a very important role operationally for us, all right. Any disturbance which happens, We are able to inform the public through Twitter. And my Facebook site, we have completely revamped to make it customer friendly. Go through our site sometime, delhimetrorail.com. So the reflection is there on Facebook also, and on our website also, and Twitter gives immediate information. So passenger basically doesn't want delay in his movement. So at least that is indicated by Twitter, and the recovery is also this thing. But we have an issue called bunching of trains. It's common in railway, in suburban operations. You might clear the track, or we have a lot of suicide cases. So we clear the body within 5 to 10 minutes. But you see what happens, once one train, it's a single line. One train stops, behind them all the trains stop. To clear that rush, now it takes about half an hour to 45 minutes. So irritation is there naturally among things. But Twitter has been a very good tool. Only thing is that we have an audience of say 20, 30 lakh passengers. Not all of them are on Twitter. So there you still lack out. A lot of people still go by traditional methods of communication. But it has helped. See, my own son passed out last year, not from VIPS. Though I was thinking he passed out, he's done Masscom from Bennett. And he is now working for ad factors. Government is all through exams. All our vacancies come on the website. So you'll have to give a written exam if you want to join the Delhi Metro, as and when we have vacancies. Same applies for all public sector units. So you'll have to give a written test, you have to qualify in that. And then there are normal interviews and medical tests and that sort of situation.
Allow me one last question by me, sir. Sir, as a corporate communication professional, as a veteran, what kind of challenges do you see handling journalists?
See, the nature of handling journalists has completely changed. Earlier, there were 20, 25 newspapers who were very important, and we used to take them together. And that was, your main media relations was handled by that only. Then TV emerged. Then TV not only emerged, it became a major, it bloomed. And TV was not as responsible as written journalism. Written journalism has a very long history. There's a system. You can write a letter to the editor. You can go and meet the boss of the person. You can have your grievances redressed. It's a very responsible medium. Print is very, very responsible. Compared to that, you had this medium which was coming up with breaking news. Half of it was not correct. Editing table played a lot of damages. There was no redressal. There was no beat system properly. Even now, there is no proper beat system. 5 reporters from the same TV channel will call you up for everything. When you have a crisis, तब आप देखिएगा क्या होता है. एक के बाद एक धड़. Same thing you are repeating to 5 fellows, 10 fellows. So then came social media. So today your cake, आपके pieces बन गए cake के. Print है. I am sure 90% of these kiddos, they would not read the newspaper. Is it true? I myself am reluctantly reading. 25 साल पहले when I was very active in this field, मेरे घर में इतने पेपर आते थे. Neighbors भी मेरे से आके किसी को कोई पेपर में इंटरेस्ट था आके ले जाता था. अब मेरे को hardly I take 3-4 because now by the time the newspaper comes, everything is known. So newspaper has become only a small part of the cake. All these things which I mentioned, they're all part of the cake and growing. The new things coming up every day, podcasts. I mean, this technology is changing. With that, we also have to change. We have no option.
Sir, thanks for answering all these questions, sir.